What's up? Vlogging because I'm addicted to vlogging. No longer to YouTube only. No longer to Facebook, to YouTube only. So just did another half marathon. I'm almost not getting any soreness in my calves and my feet anymore, which is interesting. Those were the most painful areas. I've been using tennis balls, rolling out my feet a lot, using foam rollers a lot. I think kind of my shins just had to kind of mold around the bone. I did kickboxing and Muay Thai for a little while. I think maybe that's what has been causing me the shin pain, because you're just kicking with that shin bone. So I don't know, but either way, my shins feel good. There wasn't pain, but there was slight discomfort on my, I don't know, kind of bone behind the ankle, underneath the ankle, behind the foot. I kind of sprained that part of my foot doing burpees, doing CrossFit, and probably just wearing the wrong kind of shoes. Probably just putting way too much impact on that. I don't know what it's called, but felt just a hair uncomfortable. I've never been injured in my life. I'm gonna keep it that way. Knock, knock, bang, bang. Perfectly healthy and balanced. That's what I put my energy into. But yeah, if it ever becomes a 2 or a 3 out of 10 discomfort, then I am just gonna go do bike or swim. I'm not gonna ever. So that's the thing, these runners, ultra running groups, you guys get addicted to this shit, and you can't stop, even though you shouldn't. It's a problem. It's like the opposite of binge eating, just destroying your body because you're an addict. You gotta hit your miles, man. You gotta hit your miles for the week, man. So anyways, 13 miles is actually becoming incredibly easy. This time I ate 3 breakfast tacos beforehand, about 750 calories, and then I had another 3. I love chorizo and egg tacos when I'm doing ultra endurance. Fuck, I'm craving it. I guess the half marathon is not ultra endurance, but for me, I went from couch to 20K pretty fast. I did couch to 5K. So that was pretty easy. I feel like I'm getting intuitive information about running and how to get better. The first thing is just walking, right? So I'm imagining I have 6 engines, different speeds, different engines. And we're trying to build all 6, In the beginning, I think you're only focusing on 1, 2, and 3. 1 is slow walk, easy, fucking easy, right? Maybe the perfection of 1 is being able to walk very quickly. But if you could walk 26 miles straight, then I would say you could definitely do a half marathon to a marathon jogging, right? It's just a matter of building up the legs. So in the beginning, since I was getting some weird little aches and pains in my feet and my calves and my shins, mostly I was just walking. Jogging would exacerbate the pain in my calves. I'm no longer really getting any pain in my calves. I think my cadence is actually very good. So I'm not overstriking, which is a good thing. So then the next engine, which I'm perfecting now, I feel like my walking engine, whether or not that's, let's call it first gear. My first gear, I think I'm already at 90%. I haven't pushed myself to walk 26 miles straight, but the longest that I've been doing is 13. So pretty soon that's going to go up to 18, and then that is going to go up to 24. Did I say 26? Yeah, 26 miles. Yeah, sooner or later I will walk 26 miles in a day, and it's most likely going to be a combination of walking and jogging. But anyways, now I'm building my gear 2. My gear 2 is the Old Man Shuffle, also known as the Kenyan Shuffle. I mean, it's somewhere in between a goofy looking power walk and a ridiculously slow jog. I was looking at Strava. I was going at 2.8 miles an hour. That is slow as balls. Like, I'm actually walking at 3.2 miles an hour. So I'm jogging slower than I'm walking. But actually, I'm going to tell you something. I really feel in my core, this is the smartest thing to do. For someone like me, painful to jog, you know, got to build up those legs and calves and stretch, just kind of reattach everything, possibly, you know, weird imbalances, maybe due to other sports or just genetics or like, I don't know. But I have been predisposed to shin splints ever since I was a kid. So, probably just musculature, right? And that's fine. Once you put about 50 to 100 miles underneath your legs walking, then I think you're ready to start doing the Kenyan shuffle. And surprisingly, today I actually was able to do that almost like 5 or 6 miles. So I'm actually pretty proud of that. I jogged almost an entire 10K. And it's actually easy. It actually is not even painful. So you got to build up the legs, 50 to 100 miles underneath the legs, and then you will be able to jog at a slow, like, honestly, you should go as slow as you can, because it's not about the speed. It's about attaching the tendons and the ligaments and the muscles. I mean, so many people's egos get in the way and they're embarrassed. And I'm like, I don't care if I look like a fucking grandpa geezer doing my little shuffle. Like, people are passing me walking, right? It's hilarious. But I know that my form is perfect, right? I know my form is perfect. And that's what ultra running is. It's just that for fucking 24 hours straight. And once you're putting thousands of miles underneath your legs, like, yeah, obviously the speed will increase and the cardio will increase, right? Your VO2 max, cardiovascular. I was talking to this girl, kind of just commenting in a running group. She's doing the Olympic trials. That's pretty badass. So I'm already talking to elite athletes. She's doing tempo work, doing like 5-minute miles. That's fucking ridiculous. So I don't think she has a whole lot of confidence in herself. So giving her a little bit of confidence. I mean, I can feel their energy too, just virtually, right? I'm psychic. Like, I was like, man, I love her energy. I love this elite athlete energy. I'm projecting elite athletes and elite business people. Elite business people gotta have a B for billionaire. I love guys like Grant Cardone and let's say Dan Pena. They're not billionaires. So, I mean, maybe Grant will be, but I don't think he's a billionaire. I think maybe $500 million net worth. But anyways, who cares, right? But no, I'm projecting billionaires. Like, I think I have a unique skill. Human design, there's an aura type. Everyone has an aura type. Manifesting generator, projector. I'm a projector. And, I think that gives me, maybe I'm imagining I have the ability, maybe I want to have magic powers, but no, honestly, like, I feed on content, and if I feed on the best content for long enough, I almost automatically start doing what I'm watching. And I think this is some kind of hack that, you become what you think about, right? But I think projectors especially, because basically what we do is our energy like absorbs other people's energy and then kind of like becomes that. It like amplify. It's like a superconductor, in my opinion. That's what I want to believe. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm a superconductor. I'm a magnet. I want to be a magnet. So yeah. All I have to do is just project. That's what I was doing with my last business in Houston. I mean, I'd never worked 16 hours in a day. Like, it took a while to be able to push myself to that capacity. But I mean, if you really want to build a business and make money and you're willing to go to maximum is about 14 hours a day. I had about an hour wind down going to bed, and then I had about an hour to work out. So truthfully, I was working around 13 hours a day, but I was productive. 15, 16 hours a day. No lie. And then that's when I was making, 4-figure days. So, right, it's no secret. I mean, you just gotta fucking do it. Compress the energy. So I'm back to projecting billionaires. I have not watched any business content probably in the past 3 to 6 months. I listened to a couple audiobooks, but I don't know. Audiobooks just don't give me the juice. They just don't. I mean, when I was younger, they did. Like every Napoleon Hill, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, personal development, Yeah, these guys are 8 or 9 figure guys, right? But that kind of like no longer, like you absorb it, right? You ingrain it into the infrastructure of your mind. You become it. You download it. And you need to believe that you can, right? Because if all you have to do is just believe, maybe you really can just download it. And I believe that I am downloading it. So I've been projecting ultra elite athletes. Number 1 in the world, male and female, Kilian Jornet, Spanish guy, champion of UTMB, best ultra trail runner in the world, was born in the fucking mountains in Spain, Pyrenees Mountains. So, and he's a champion skier. I mean, it's pretty badass. Courtney Dauwalter, supreme champion female ultra endurance athlete, was on Joe Rogan. And ultra runners are picking up a lot of steam just because I think, with COVID and everything, like we want that energy, right? We want that infinite amount of energy. We're trying to reverse all that lethargy and slack that was COVID. So I think that's why everyone's getting super into just these ultra endurance events. I'm really into like sprint triathlons, like Super League, ultra racers, mostly following the specific racer, elite athlete. So Western States and ultra trail Mont Blanc in France and Italy. Those are the top two ultra 100-mile races. So been following that a lot. And then I guess it would be Hard Rock, Leadville, and I kind of take your pick. Just see what all of these champions, see what else they've won. That's how you figure out kind of like what are the other races. So like Kilian loves to do Hard Rock. Done it several times. But anyways, that's all just like for inspiration, for energy, right? Now projecting billionaires. I've been projecting Tillman Fertitta. I've been by his house dozens of times. I know where he lives exactly in River Oaks. I'm pretty sure we made eye contact outside of his hotel in Houston called Post Oak Hotel. There's a Rolls-Royce dealership. He owns the entire block, all the restaurants, Maestro's, Eddie V's. He owns the entire area. And yeah, when we made eye, he was wearing like a ridiculously shiny blue, looked expensive as fuck suit. And he was just glowing red, as most Houstonians are. Just, man. I was like, okay, that's the billionaire energy, huh? Super shiny, super red. But yeah, no, he's got a book called Shut Up and Listen. It's a pretty good book on Audible. So I was actually listening to that on half of the run. And after a while, I was like, man, I need some just music. I know I want to hear like intense music. So put on some like drum and bass, some Jaws. So yeah, that was good. Today's run was easy, fucking easy. 1 out of 10. It was like too easy. 2 out of 10. Effort. So yeah, I mean, eating the tacos beforehand helped a lot. And then I did 6, and then I came back, and then I ate the other 3 tacos. Another 750 calories. Both times drank a bottle of water with electrolytes, so I'm getting smarter. So hydration was on point. I am making a big conscious effort to be hydrated every night before I go to bed. I'm always hydrated. The annoying part is you pee a lot, but hey, I want it. It's worth it. It's much better to be hydrated than not hydrated. And then yeah, the food helped so much. I mean, it was easy. I had a lot of. it wasn't physical energy this time. It was mental energy. There was a couple times where I was just like, fuck, I feel so tired. And like, why am I tired? And in my mind, it's like, I think it's because I'm putting the content out and the world is tired. That's what I tell myself. So I have a little trick for that. I imagine that my astral body or my spirit body, I'm a fucking metaphysical kind of, I'm a little out there, but you know, I imagine I'm just sinking to the bottom of the earth, sinking directly into the earth. Like the earth is like absorbing my fucking spirit, and I'm becoming the earth, and then it like rebounds, and then it comes right. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but it makes me feel like I don't know, all that exhaustion just goes directly in. I become the earth, and then I just rebound back up, and then I feel more springy. So that, and then yeah, I gotta get more business deals. I closed my biggest deal yesterday of all time through text message with another guy who's gonna help me on the project in a group, in a three-way text message. I'm pretty sure he's like, Jesus Christ, dude, how are you able to do that? And I'm like, I've been doing this for a while. That's how I built my last business. It was all through DM. So I'm very good at motivating sequences of action through text. So that was cool. Get to brag a little bit, show off how good I am at closing. But we're gonna do a storage unit move for $350. I'm splitting it 50-50 with him, even though I lined up the whole thing. And truthfully, she could probably find people, pay them $30 an hour, but we're gonna get 175 plus a tip, and it won't take longer than 2 hours. The goal is for this to be about 1 hour and making 200 an hour. But I feel like honestly, the only way that's gonna happen is if I have to find the $30 an hour guys, and then I'm gonna take 100 and they're gonna work 3 hours, so they're gonna make 90 each, 180, and then I'll make like 220 just because I lined it up, right? That's just the way that this industry works, transportation. And I mean, look at Uber. I mean, Uber charges almost fucking 50% fee sometimes. So, you know, that's just the way it is. The person who lines it up gets all the money. And they're taking the risk, right? It's my name on the line, it's my reputation. I did all the work lining it up. You just show up and do it, right? And $30 an hour, I think, is actually generous, because I think the going rate is about $20 an hour plus tips. So, you know, I don't know. I'd like to be as generous as possible, but at the same time, like, you deserve to be paid, because you did all of the upfront work. You know, you started the shit. You're contacting everyone. You're lining up the deals. So I think if it's my business, I'm going to take 50% of a cut, because that's just industry standard. But I think if I build an app, the apps are even taking like 40%. So I think I'll take 25% to overthrow the apps. I think 25% is a pretty fair brokerage fee for tech. I think if you actually own it, it's your hardware, and you got to pay and maybe rent or, you know, insurance. I got to buy the vehicles or finance them or lease them out. Then I think that extra work does justify an extra 25%, 50% of the deal. So that's all I gotta do. Just gotta project these billionaires, and then I get really motivated to work. I had kind of this epiphany, profound thought when I woke up this morning. It's like, business really is just our desire to go out and look for deals, look for jobs, right? And if you are unemployed or employed and you want more money and you want a better job, right? It's probably the amount of time you spend looking for jobs, right? And then eventually, maybe you'll intuitively feel that this is the best one for you right now. And then you take that or you try to get it, right? And being an entrepreneur is really not that different. All we're doing is just calling, texting, marketing. I'm looking for my next job. I'm looking for my next deal, right? Here's the thing though. It's the desire to go out and look for more jobs, right? The collar has to be red. There has to be an element of aggression or power, because for most, oh man, salt in my nose. Sorry. Like sweat in my nose. All the sweat turned into salt in my nose. Okay. Anyways, because the default energy is you wake up and you're like, fuck, I'm tired. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do anything. I want to take the day off. Right? But if that's your dominant, pattern, then you're constantly going to be taking extra days off, and it's going to sap you of your savings, and you're probably just going to be just getting by, not, and when you're not replenishing your nest egg and your emergency fund, or your pool of capital to go out and acquire more capital, right? Working capital. Liquid cash. I mean, yeah, it's nice when it sits around, you got a big number to check in your accounts, but it's better to employ it and invest it so that you can get more money. So I'm projecting Tillman Fertitta. Plus I lived in Houston for 4 years, so it's almost symbolically like he is my connection to Houston and my success that I had when I was there. It's just all red. It's just all red. Red, you go out and I'm looking, right? I want the money. I want it. I'm going to get it, right? I want it. I'm going to get it. The rush, the chasing, the pursuit, like you're a predator and you're hunting for that next deal, right? Don't be a weirdo. Don't be a creep. But you are hunting, right? You are actively pursuing the target. And fitness is the exact same thing, except for instead of looking for jobs, you're just creating energy in your mitochondria, in your cells. It's creating cellular, it's not radiating cellular energy, right? Burning the energy. And so that's why I love fitness and business. I want to marry fitness and business together. I want to help athletes monetize, and I want to help entrepreneurs be more fit. So that's probably going to be my next business. But for right now, the moving business is paying pretty well. And there's a big demand because everybody in Austin drives fucking, Teslas, and nobody's got trucks or muscle. A very yin city. So, anyways, I think I brought a little bit of Houston to Austin, and I think the two cities would be a good fit for each other. Austin will help Houston be less toxic and enjoy life more. Houston will help Austin become successful and proud. So I like to get a helicopter, and I like to fly between the both of the cities. But anyways, all right, that's my vlog for today. Going to YouTube. I'm going to be uploading little clips to Facebook, but I'm going to redirect my Facebook into YouTube. So I'm building a Facebook to YouTube funnel. So yeah, if you're from my Facebook and you're watching my YouTube, give me a like and a comment on the YouTube and let me know, right? Let me know that what I'm actually doing is valuable for you. And this is just the start. Half marathons are now easy. So then we're going to move up to full marathons, and I'm going to be doing like 24 miles per session because I'm an addict. I got to keep pushing the boundaries, A few years ago, me doing 10, 15 miles, I was like, oh my God, I'm so amazing doing these crazy things. And then now I'm like 10 to 15 miles, that's like baby steps, man. You got to do an ultra. You need to do a 100-mile race. I don't even know if this is possible, but I feel like if I could do 300 miles of running a week, I think I could win ultras. 300 miles. The champions are only doing about 100. They say between 100 and 200 miles. And like they're going up and down mountains and shit. They live on the fucking mountains, like in Leadville or Flagstaff or wherever, in France. But I do have a premonition if I do 300 miles. It takes so long though. If I can get myself to run at a 10-mile-an-hour pace, and that's on flat land, so it's probably gonna have to be even faster than that to go up and down elevation. But I feel like if I can, when I'm able to do that, positive expectancy, when I'm able to do that, then it'll be 30 hours of cardio every week, which is a lot. That is a lot. That's like another job, but something's pushing me to do it. I'm addicted. I love the energy. You just have so much energy. You never get tired. It is the exhausting part is like starting to do it, but like, okay, I have pre-workout. You drink the pre-workout, you put on the clothes and the gear. Maybe you got new clothes or new headphones or whatever, new supplements, and it's slightly exciting, a new course, but you're still tired, right? The energy only comes when you start burning, right? The cells start firing. The mitochondria is like a combustion engine, just exploding energy. So that the energy is going to come when you force the cells to explode energetically. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell and generates the ATP, right? So, yeah, and everybody's like, how do I get motivated? And it's like, dude, you don't get motivated. You force your body to explode the energy, and then it comes. And then you get all kinds of dopamine and all kinds of reward neurotransmitters, your hormones, right? But you have to execute. And then just as conversely in business, it's like, and I used to, do jobs on apps, and I still get jobs from a couple apps, Dolly and GoShare, and I can make sometimes $60 to $100 a job on those apps, and I'll do it, right? If I don't have anything else lined up, I'm trying to do 100 to 200 an hour, but I know that I will have to use my management skills that I'm building and delegating and outsourcing. That's how I'm going to do it. I think I can build a 7-figure moving business just by my organizational skills. I believe that I can. And I don't exactly want to do it, but I feel that I'm supposed to do it and I should do it, so I'm going to do it. But what I'm trying to say, so it's like if you're self-employed and you're like, oh man, I probably should do more calls or visit a few more spots, or maybe I should go to that dinner or that mixer or that event or that networking group or that mastermind, right? It's the same fucking thing. Like waking up in the morning, I'm gonna go do my half marathon, I'm being lazy. It's like the energy is gonna come when you start exploding the fucking cells, right? Mitochondria, explosive energy, and it's the same fucking thing. The energy is going to come when you start making the calls and then you land that big deal, right? Landing that big deal is exactly the same as the runner's high that comes afterwards. Like you get the runner's high, you feel all good, like, oh, this feels great, I'm so glad I did it, right? I was exhausted. It's the same shit in business. I'm trying to help the world understand both these things are really almost like the same thing. It's like you get that big deal, such a nice feeling to make $1,000 net profit when you've never, worked for yourself, when you've never had a business, right? Once you get that first $1,000 deal, and you get a $5,000 deal, then you get a $10,000 deal, right? You get a multiple, 4 or 5 figure commission. Oh my God, that's the best feeling in the world, right? Like realtors, you close that house, you get that fucking check, direct deposit. Oh yeah. You gotta save some for taxes, but fuck yeah, right? That's the same thing. That's what we're doing it for. So when you're laying around and you're like, man, I should do some more jobs, or I should look for more jobs, or a better job. And by jobs, I also just mean deals, customers, clients. It's the same thing, There's nothing wrong with calling it a job. We say good job, we say great job, but people are embarrassed about it. It's like, there's no shame in making that money, dude. There is no shame in doing that old man geezer shuffle. You do what you got to do to get ahead, and you be proud, because everybody else is sitting there wishing they were doing it, and they're not. So starts with the content, project the content. After you watch enough content, you'll start doing it automatically. I think everyone has that skill, right? So if you're too tired to work out, you watch fitness content. Like, that's what I was doing. I was just watching hours and hours of CrossFit Games, Super League Triathlon, Ironmans, and ultra races, ultra athletes, you know, different endurance workout channels. And then you start doing it. So now I really don't even have to watch fitness content, because I'm already just executing, right? So that's why now I'm going back to business content. And then, yeah, I'll watch, like, so it's like 4 o'clock. I'm being kind of lazy. I succeeded with my half marathon, but I really should just be working. I should just be working all day, every day. If I'm not working out, I should be working on my business. And I know that, you know, social life will come eventually, but first it's business. I mean, fitness, then it's business, right? Then it's social. But, you know, yeah, I can kind of blend in social with business in the form of like groups and networking, right? But if I'm too tired or too lazy to work and get more jobs, or look for more jobs, or make calls and look or do marketing, right? I'm basically just going around everywhere in Austin giving them flyers and cards, because not that many people are building a moving business. Most people in Austin are building technology startups and all that bullshit, which I may be making some apps in the future. But if you know any smart people who can write apps on the iPhone and Android, hit me up. I think they usually charge about $10K base, but I don't know. I am going to be building an app for moving items, delivering items, and things like that. But anyways, if I'm being too lazy to work or look for more deals or look for more jobs, that's all it is, guys. That's what working is supposed to be. I'm just constantly funneling my energy into looking for jobs and looking for more jobs, right? So if I'm too lazy to do that, then I'm going to project billionaires. And sooner or later, I'm just going to automatically start doing it. So when you're looking for good content, you're looking for people who kind of effortlessly execute. So billionaires who are hyper, you know, energetic. And I'm looking for the color red. So, you know, and there's not that much content by billionaires. You know, there's a spreadsheet of like every book that's ever been written by a billionaire. So you think about like Oprah, and Donald Trump has got quite a few. He's got the most books of any billionaire. Richard Branson has some books. Bill Gates has a couple books, but they're very like outdated about computers. Right? Project the billionaires. Project the ultra elite athletes. I mean, look at Matt Frazier and Tia Claire Toomey in the CrossFit Games. Justin Medeiros, the champions, right? Then you're looking at short, you know, triathlons. I don't know too many triathlon champions. I've only really been following Super League. So that would be Georgia Taylor Brown, Hayden Wild, Alex Yee, Olympic gold medalists in triathlon. So yeah, they're the fucking best in the world. I would love to work out with those guys. And then now ultra runners. We're looking at Courtney Dauwalter and Killian and a couple others. How badass would it be to get a sponsorship? I would love to get a sponsorship. That would be like Mecca. This fat, little chubby kid, and then becoming a sponsored ultra endurance athlete. That would be so amazing. You have to believe in yourself, right? And then people laugh at you like blah, blah, blah. But all you got to do is just produce, right? If we could just become machines and like literally love production, you would be as rich and as fit as you could possibly want to be, within reason, right? Not getting injured, different genetics, you know, so on and so forth, propensity to sell, certain skills, you know, social skills. But, you know, within reason, if we could shut our brain off, the brain that's tired and you know, sad or whatever, distracted, not feeling good, not feeling motivated, if we could just turn that part of your brain off and produce 16-hour days, you know, some combination of business and fitness, I mean, fuck, we'd all be ultra elite, ultra fit, ultra rich, right? But for some reason, it seems like it's so hard for people to do, because most people are the opposite. They want to do as little amount as possible, as little and the most goofing off, right? So it's just priorities. Anyways, this is my vlog. Only vlogging on YouTube now, so tuning in now to the YouTube omniverse universe feels very vast. So I'm just gonna start pumping the energy into YouTube, and we'll see what happens. I'd really like to just have people follow me around and record and produce my content for me, to make it legitimate, but I will have to pay them. So gotta start manifesting more money, and then I can start hiring a production crew. I don't know how much that costs though, but anyways, these are my goals. See you later.